One. Hello and welcome to Mindset and Muscles with Amanda. I am your host, Amanda Ferlisi. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time listening. I'm very excited for today's podcast. I'm going to introduce her right now. Hopefully, you're watching too. This is Theresa Coughlin. Theresa Coughlin is a registered nurse by trade. She owns a nutrition, fitness, and mindset coaching business named Fuel Up. Theresa also is a certified nutrition coach through Working Against Gravity and holds a certification in strength and conditioning through ISSA. She currently works at a powerlifting gym in Salem, Mass, named White Wolf, where she created an all-women's lifting and empowerment class called She Wolf. She currently lives in Beverly, Mass, and lives a sober lifestyle. Theresa, welcome to the podcast.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And if anyone's watching, she's sporting her business on her shirt. So I love that. I'm all for.
Girl, got a plug.
Yeah, always got a plug. I don't have one. I should have a sour shirt. It's fine, but whatever. So, Theresa, thank you so much for reaching out. And I find so side note, we chatted for like a half an hour and I was like, we need to stop because I feel like all of this is super inspirational, motivating, and will, resonate with a lot of people out there. So, Theresa, the most important question. Tell us about your story. How did you get to where you are now? And you can share as much as you want. We're all listening.
Ooh. So I guess my journey really began, if you look back, like I never really had any confidence or self-esteem, even in high school. I was always the skinny girl, the really skinny, tall girl. And that's kind of like what I was known for. That was like my identity. I went to college down in Tampa for nursing, and I'll never forget. I gained a bunch of weight, like most of us did, from drinking too much and eating hotel food because I stayed in a hotel for my freshman year.
That's
And
crazy.
I know, because they overbooked us, which was insane, but so much fun. And I'll never forget the moment my roommate pinched me and said, you've gained a lot of weight.
Stop. I just got goosebumps and got angry. Are we fighting her? Because we will. I will.
And she doesn't know this, and we're not friends anymore. But that was the catalyst to me really being like, who am I? What am I? How do people look at me? So it led into a very severe eating disorder that lasted 10 plus years. When I graduated college, I weighed 89 pounds, and I was heavily drinking. And so that led into my early adulthood. And I suffered for a very long time. And again, people who are lack confidence and lack self-esteem kind of, obviously I had these issues. So I met a nurse in my nursing world, and she was working out with a personal trainer who also did CrossFit and powerlifting. And she's like, just come with me. And that was the little bit of my turning point to start getting healthy, because I loved this community at this gym of women, and these girls were deadlifting like 200 pounds and like 300 pounds. And I'm like, how do I get as fucking strong as them?
Yes.
And I needed to dial in on what I was doing. So that was like the little turning point of like, okay, you got to do something different. And within that was a very long road of learning self-worth and confidence. And, I always tell people, like, I worked with a nutrition coach for 2.5 years before it clicked. And then it was, okay, it's clicked that I need to eat more of the good shit, right?
Yes.
To see what I want versus small, less. That was the foundation to then start seeing a little bit of changes or what I could do with more food or better food, that kind of thing. So that led into I ended up unfortunately having an unhealthy relationship with fitness. I was working out 2 a-days. I was doing a shit ton of cardio. And I wasn't mastering any of that. And again, because I wasn't mastering my mindset, I was still not confident. I still didn't find my self-worth. I still didn't have self-esteem. So again, all of these other things are the external of like, if I can lose this much weight, or if I can look a certain way, or if I could beat this girl in a workout, like that will make me feel better, right? If I do this, that will make me feel better. It was constant chasing, constant unhappiness, constant letting myself down because I was never happy.
Yep.
And then within that, I had a severe drinking disorder, drinking problem. I was married because of terrible choices I made with drinking and myself. We ended up getting a divorce. I had a terrible relationship after that, which is a blessing in disguise, I guess, because of that, I got sober. And when I got sober in 2017, that was again, so now I'm already been working on my fitness and nutrition for a few years, but still hadn't worked on the drinking and the mindset. That was again, the other aha moment of like, you got to get your shit together.
Yeah.
And really work on yourself. And so I started doing that with sobriety and a healthier relationship, not just with fitness and nutrition, but a healthier relationship with me. So I ended up, looking good, feeling good, living a good life. And people kind of were asking me like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't really know the science behind this. I just know from reading macros, this, that, and the other thing. And so happily, I was like, maybe I should do something with this. And as a nurse, I'm a caretaker. I love helping people feel their best self, or fixing, or just problem solving in health and wellness. So happily the next day, Working Against Gravity posted about their certificate program. And I was like, shit, I think this is a sign that I should do it, just so I can learn for myself, to be better for myself, and then help others. So that's how I got my cert, and people started asking to work with me. And it now has spilled over since 2019 of actually pulling out of nursing more and doing this business and teaching women the power of a healthy relationship, not just with checking off the boxes with nutrition, not just checking off the boxes with fitness, but like, how the fuck are you showing up for yourself, right? The daily habits or daily devotions of loyalty to what I need to feel my best self, and giving more fucks to what I need and less fucks to what everybody else is doing.
Yes. Yes. Keep going. Sorry.
And I think it's fine. And I think what's power in this, like, I'm so grateful to be here with another beautiful, powerful, strong woman, because again, within my journey, we all have journeys within the journey, right? And I was going to a gym for a very long time while getting sober, and nobody asked how I was doing. And I feel that people go to the gym for two reasons. You either feel really good, and we should be celebrating each other of like, you're fucking kicking ass.
Yeah.
Or people are going to the gym because they don't feel good. And why aren't we asking each other, how are we doing? And then why aren't we answering it honestly, right? Because having that space of feeling okay and safe to be like, I'm not having a good day. And at that time, when I was going through sobriety, I literally was using the gym to survive one more day. If I could just work out, I'll survive another day. And nobody was asking me like, how are you doing? So when I was able to connect with White Wolf, I started as just the nutrition referral, like the nutrition coach. And then I was like, being a gym gypsy, a self-proclaimed gym gypsy, bouncing around and meeting so many great people within that. I was like, I feel like I need to be here. And he was like, yeah, I need a female coach. So I started working there and doing the classes, and I built She Wolf. And She Wolf is an all women's lifting and empowerment class. And selfishly, I made it for myself because I needed a community of women supporting women. And because I've done that, I attract that, right? So like, because I've done that, I've attracted you. And I think there's so much power in a community of like-minded, badass women lifting each other up and doing all the things that add to us feeling our best self, and like doing that together and learning the power of taking care of ourselves. Because when I feel good, I can make somebody else feel good. But most importantly, I need to feel good. So that's kind of like the evolution. And like within the She Wolf, I have my online nutrition coaching, fitness, wellness, mindset, business, but that's also part of the She Wolf. Like the She Wolf, we start with a quote, and it's not just about checking off the box of I worked out today. It's like, how are you going to kick the week in the dick this week? How are you going to take the vibes of feeling
I remember
so
when you said that on the phone. I
Yes.
was like, did you really just say that? And you were like, I sure fucking did.
Sure
And
fucking.
I love that.
The funny thing is, people like I have one of my personal training clients, God bless him, is a pastor. And he was like, I love this. I love the vibe. I'm here to kick dick. But like, Sue,
Yes.
same thing. Like I'm on Sundays, because class is on Sundays. I'm always like, leave here kicking market basket in the dick. Don't go over there being like, I got to do this. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to meal
Well,
prep.
market basket's like crazy all the time anyway.
Crazy anyways. But like go in there being like, I feel so strong from this class and what I'm doing. I'm going to hit meal prep strong. I'm going to do life. How am I going to make today a strong day for me? If we focused on that and lifting each other up and doing that for each other and doing that for ourselves, what a crazy, insane world we would live in. And I live that because I'm a better woman, because I have a woman like you in my life that's equally empowering me as I can empower somebody else. And it's about community versus that competition.
Okay, so you brought up, so I'm no, unless you're watching, I always write notes because I never know which way we're gonna go because I don't have a list of questions. I always ask like someone's story because we're gonna get so many questions out of it. So
Yeah.
first and foremost, Theresa, congrats on sobriety for that
Thank
long. I
you.
can't do that in my head. I'm not gonna lie, but that's fucking phenomenal. So congrats to you.
Thank you.
And congrats for working on yourself through your eating disorder because as most of you know, or if this is the first time you're listening, I also struggled for the majority of my life with that. So I can empathize with you on the struggle that is. So I just want to talk about like, I was going to go like three different ways with this, but hold the phone. I love the fact because I find, and I don't know if you can relate, women are like just bullies to each other for no reason. And,
It's
you know,
insane.
when women genuinely reach out to me, I hesitate at first because I'm like, what is the ulterior motive? Like, what do you
Yes.
like? You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you just were like, no, I'm creating this. It's going to help me selfishly, but in the selfish way that's, positive. You're helping
Mm-hmm.
yourself. But when people see that you're helping yourself, you in turn help everyone else around you. So my question to you is, I know you kind of breezed by, you created this she wolf. I mean, I'm obsessed. I love wolves. So talk to me about this. So you very casually said you created this. So tell me about this class. Tell me about the setup and the dynamic. I'm very intrigued.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I just wanted a safe place for women to just feel like bad bitches. I think the stigma is like, like, I can't lift heavy. I'm going to get bulky.
Oh my God.
I'm like, bitch, I've been trying for 2 years to get bulky and it hasn't happened. Like, it
Mhm.
ain't going to happen for you either.
Yes.
But I just wanted a place where I think we live in a time where people feel like fitness is a task. And
Mhm.
again, I've learned why I'm so passionate about what I do is because for so long, I did not know and did not feel worthy enough to feel this good. And there is no magic pill. It's simply me teaching people and almost giving them the permission of like, no, bitch, you can live like this
Yes.
too. There's no secret to it. Stay consistent, show up,
Mhm.
do these little foundation things. So She Wolf was part of that. And so again, I created this space so it would be so women would feel safe that if they wanted to take their shirt off, who gives a fuck what you look like? If you
Literally.
feel good, take your shirt off. But we also live in a world where guys sometimes think that's an invitation
Mhm.
to come over. I just wanted a safe place for women to feel like bad bitches so they could feel like bad bitches outside of here. So we always start with a quote for the day for the we have class on Sunday mornings and Tuesday nights, so we always start with a quote. And again, it's about creating that thinking process of like, what can I do outside of here, right? So like tonight will be like, I'm coming back from a trip, what is your why? Like, why are you here? It's not
Mhm.
about motivation. I'm not motivated all the time. It's discipline to like, why do I need to show up today? Why do I need to stay sober today? Why do I need to eat well today? The why, the core why. So we always start with a quote. And then I used to do a lot of CrossFit and then I've switched to like,
You're
which
like,
is
don't
like,
tell anyone.
I was like, don't tell me if I drunk Kool-Aid for so long. And then I had a friend during COVID take me under his wing and train me in bodybuilding. And that's where I truly felt empowered.
Yep.
So it's set up like bodybuilding. So we have stations on Sunday where it's like a back and bi station, a chest and tri station, a little cardio station, a leg and glute station. And there's 3 or 4 exercises and you just rotate through the station for 8 to 9 minutes, hitting the exercises. And what's great about it is it can be for anybody. That's what I truly wanted, because I saw a lot too in CrossFit. People would show up and it would be very difficult for somebody who's new to not look like the new person. And like, that's a shitty fucking feeling.
Yeah.
And I felt that too, being new. So how I created it was like, you pick your weights. You pace yourself. I'm here to push you, but it's up to you to kind of do that, take that responsibility and do that well. I've had people come to She-Wolf that legit can't do anything I've programmed, and I've done something a little bit different within the station and nobody fucking knows, nor does anybody care. You should be staying in your lane, doing what you need to do for your hour.
That's
and
it.
Be inspired versus the comparison. And then on Tuesdays, we do like a HIIT thing. So it's more 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And it's more like, of course, we're using dumbbells and barbells and sleds, but it's more because of the fast paced. It's more like HIIT, you know, obviously HIIT cardio, but we're working, we're using the cables, we're using the dumbbells, we're doing like a shoulder set, but then a burnout set. Again, it's all about that empowerment. And then what's great about the Tuesday nights is there is no class after. So I put on the Taylor Swift peace song. I make everybody lay down and close their eyes, and you breathe in confidence and let go of anything heavy. It's what I call your 5 minutes to pause, because life gets so fucking crazy that we don't pause in general, but we don't even pause to be like, damn girl, you're doing well. Or damn girl, look at you. You went through that hard thing. You can do it. Sometimes I don't like to give participation awards, right? We have to show up and do hard work.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of us that are doing hard work and have gone further than where we were. Again, if we're above ground, we're all working progresses. We shouldn't be aggravated by that. We should be celebrating our little mile markers and using that as momentum to push forward for more.
Absolutely.
And so I give them that 5 minutes of pause to like I said, breathe in the confidence, let go of anything heavy, like think about all your accomplishments. What can you achieve this week? And then my favorite part of She-Wolf on Sundays and Tuesdays is at the end of the class, I go around to each girl and say, why are you a bad bitch? And you have to tell me. And what's great about it is everybody's bad bitch reason is so different. And it can be like, I accomplished something at work, or you know what, I didn't want to come here today and I'm here. And some of it's just like, I didn't cry today. And we're all like, good for you, girl.
I love this.
Some of it is like, you know what, I figured out my worth with a relationship and I broke up with him. Or, you know, I'm consistent with my thing. And what's been great about it is because the guys enjoy the like they know about the She-Wolf community and the vibe, it was in such a demand to do a co-ed class. So now we have one She-Wolf co-ed class for the guys to join, because it's all about mental health for men as well. They do the same thing because nothing is different. And what's great about it is at the end of class, we still ask why you're a bad bitch, and they love it. And they love it. And I was like, I haven't found an equivalent to that. And they're like, you don't have to. I'll let you know why I'm a bad bitch. And a lot of them is like, I'm a good dad. Or someone, on Sunday, one of the guys who's new was like, I've been asking for help lately. And I'm like, fuck yes, that makes you a bad bitch. And it's all about popcorning off the vulnerability of like something like that makes somebody else be like, huh, okay, I'm doing all right. Or, you know, I'm not failing because I'm asking for whatever. It's all about community, empowering, like being inspired versus the comparison. And then like, again, to leave the class asking them why they're a bad bitch. It's again, for you to like, think about that and leave feeling empowered versus defeated. And then let that resonate into your week. But some of the girls, it's fun because they're like, I've been waiting all week to tell you why I'm a bad bitch. And I'm like, that's amazing, because that means you're thinking about that outside of here and you're living that. So it's been amazing.
I don't know if anyone is watching this because again, my YouTube channel has like 2.5 subscribers, but she's glowing. So if you guys are in the Salem area or you want to go for a little road trip, she is so excited and happy. And I love when I have people on the show and I can see like they're genuinely happy, because the majority of people I feel like I meet and like chat with, clients included, they're not happy. They don't love what they do. And you and I love what we do. So
Yes.
when people see us and we talk about it, they're like, wow, who's this person? It's like, I'm happy. I'm fulfilled because I'm doing what makes me happy. And you get to share that with such a great community, it
Yes.
sounds like. I don't live far from Salem, so I'm taking a road trip to Salem
Yes.
soon. We'll chit
Oh
chat
my God,
about
that
that
would be
after. I would
amazing.
love nothing more. I have like so many questions that I'm writing down. So I need to ask. So you mentioned that you're not, because I get this question anytime I post a question on my Instagram, or I'll have clients ask me, like, how do you stay motivated? What do you do? What is this? What is that? And my answer is always the same. I'm not always motivated,
Mhm.
but I'm disciplined because I don't care whatever the task is. If I truly want to do it, I'm going to get to that point. So, my question to you is, what do you say to clients that you come across that are say, like, how do you stay so motivated? Because I know you mentioned discipline, but what do you tell them?
I love that question because you're right. It's not about motivation, right? I'm not motivated to get up at 4 a.m. most of my days, right? It's creating that routine and then to be honest, I forced it for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a time last year that I kept snoozing my alarm. And then I was shaming myself all day because I wasn't getting what I wanted to do done in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, like working out, because that makes me feel good. So I forced it, non-negotiable, get up. And I got up kicking and screaming. And now it's a routine, right? So I think too, thinking about it's more than thinking about your why. I think about I never want to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost that fear of going backwards to a very dark space. And it's just remembering that all of these things add to me feeling better. But you really have to force it in the beginning. Like it's like even I mean, I'm sure you know too, even going through my like healing through my eating disorder,
Mm-hmm.
like it takes a long time. People don't realize it takes a long time to see changes,
Yes.
right? And people give up so easily. And it's like it took 2.5 years for me to build a foundation
Yep.
before I actually saw anything. And so it's just like, again, it's creating those routines. And then I tell my clients, like, you stay more loyal to bullshit than you stay loyal to the good shit, right? People are more loyal to their Saturday night drinking.
Yep.
People are more loyal to eating out
Mm-hmm.
versus making a home cooked meal. Like people are more loyal to watching, don't get me wrong, I love trash TV, but watching trash TV
Yep.
versus going for a walk.
Yep.
And then people want big results without doing big changes. I always tell people start small. Like if you're not working out, go for a walk. Go
Yep.
for a walk, stay consistent with that, build off of that. But it's about really honestly forcing the habit and then remembering that's your loyalty to you. Stop staying loyal to all this other bullshit and start staying loyal to the things that will add to you feeling and living better. And then surrounding yourself by like-minded community. I just had this
Yes.
conversation with a girl that's been working out with me on Tuesday mornings. She's a friend of mine and she just needed help getting started. I was like, girl, I
Mhm.
work out on Tuesday mornings. Happy to come. You do what I do, right? And because of that, she's getting that like that feeling of like this feels good. And a friend saw that she had posted she worked out with me. She's like, "Huh, can I work out with you?" So they went separately. And she's like, "You were right. It ripples out." And I want to attract like-minded people. If I
Yep.
surround myself with people that enjoy drinking or going to McDonald's or eating out or whatever it is, then that's that the company you keep is what you are, right? But if I'm surrounding myself with people who care about how they feel and enjoy going hiking versus day drinking, like it's just about finding your people. And again, that's why I created She Wolf, because people look forward. Who I don't know anybody else that fills an 8 a.m. class on a Sunday with 25 people.
Not many. I will tell
Not
you that.
many. People look forward because they know their people are going to be there.
Yes.
So it's about not just doing this and staying loyal to yourself, find your
Mm-hmm.
fucking people. And I had to let go of a lot of people that were draining that vibration so I could be where I want to be. And now I always tell people it's looking at your cup. If your cup, you can't fill a full cup. So it's
Right.
about evaluating what's in your cup. And I evaluated some people and I'm like, okay, are these really adding to where I want to be? It's okay to remove them and put them on pause so you can add the things that you're asking for.
Exactly.
And because of that, I've added like-minded bad bitches like you, right? Where I'm surrounding myself with, I don't feel alone in this journey because I have people that are doing the same fucking thing.
It Yes. I mean, honestly, I always tell people like they're like, "Oh, like who are your friends?" And like I have like a very, very small group of people and then my fiance is my best friend, but it's like I don't have the time or energy to waste on people that don't, number one, have the same morals as me and then the same mindset. Just like you
Mhm.
said, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not in sobriety. I'm not a huge drinker. I maybe drink maybe once every couple months or something. But either way, it's just like I don't want to be around that anymore. Like I don't care. I care about myself first, my family, my close friends, and that's it. And
Yeah.
what you said is keeping yourself around people that have the same exact outlook will help you achieve your goals faster. Like if I didn't want to be successful, I'm sure I can hang out with Tom, Dick, and Harry that I used to hang out with before that were going clubbing all the time, not going to the gym. It's like you don't need that in your life. And I know
Mhm.
people that are very close to me right now that, you're going through waves of friendships. It's like, but why do you need to be friends with that person if they're not adding value? If they don't have the same morals, number one, why do you want them in your life? And it goes with when you're trying to achieve your fitness and your health goals. Like when I was bodybuilding all the time for
Mhm.
75 shows, it felt like I didn't hang out with people that weren't in the same realm as me. Like, and it wasn't in a mean way. It's like, you go do your thing. You can
Yeah.
go eat what you want. Respect, go do what you want to do. But that's not me. And I think a lot of my clients included, like, I try to preach that over and over. Like, don't hang around people like that. If your significant other, all they want to do is drink and all you want to do is work out, that's probably just not going to be a healthy relationship for very long.
Yes. Yeah.
And I love that you've created that community and you empower women to think the same way. Because if we all just decided, hey, I'm going to do what's best for me first and don't give a shit what anyone else thinks, I think a lot of people will be happier. Because again, I actually had this conversation this morning. It's like, I literally don't care what anyone thinks. If they think this, for instance, this podcast is terrible, keep it going, keep moving, scroll through me. You don't have to go listen to it. You don't have to
Yes.
watch me and Teresa be bad bitches. Like,
Yes.
bye. I don't need it. And I love that you're so preachy, I guess, about it. Cause like you don't really hear that coming from women often because women are like, oh, look at that. Like, they're bitches and they're judgy. And
Yeah.
like, I just love the community that you have created. And I love the fact also, going back to what you said too, you can't achieve results overnight and you can't achieve
Mhm.
results if you're putting this much effort, like a tiny bit of effort. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to actually want to do it. And you're not going to, you mentioned it took 2 years to get to
Yeah.
I think you said like your base or something.
Yeah. Foundation. Yeah.
You
Just building
have
the
to.
foundation. Yeah.
So
I think, go ahead.
my question to you about that is because we're going to wrap up in a few. So what do you tell people that are part of your either in your in-person classes or a online coaching client that you give them the tools, here's how you're going to be successful. This is your meal plan, this is your workout plan, and they're not achieving their results in a week or two. What do you tell those people?
I usually tell them they're psychotic. I'm very blunt. Any of the girls will tell you, like some of the girls will text me and be like, I'm not making progress. And I'm like, send me a picture from 2 months ago. And I do a side by side and I just write,
Yes.
you're psychotic. What I tell people too is I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but let's focus on three things that are going really well. Like, what are we learning that is going to continue to get us to be successful versus the yo-yo bullshit? And what are one or two things that, like, self-awareness is huge. So being self-aware versus self-punishment, right? Self-awareness is part of growth.
Mm-hmm.
Self-punishment just keeps you small.
Yep.
So part of what I do is getting them to talk out self-awareness. Where could we have done better? Like, these are the things you've done really well, which is going to get you to where you need to be. But here are the next couple of things we need to work on. I kind of try to tell people when they first start with me too, like, this is a journey. This isn't a 6-week fix. This isn't a yo-yo thing. You're creating a lifestyle. And I'm really big on focusing on non-scale victories and I'm heavy on that
Yep.
versus like, what did you weigh today? Or what did you weigh this week?
Because that's
And
only
that's
one tool.
100%. And for women, it's not always moving, right? And to battle with that is a mind fuck. So
Yep.
again, with teaching the mindset part of it, it's looking at the non-scale victories. So it's really trying to tell people 2 weeks in, like kind of almost cheerleading them on of like, look what you're doing really well, though. This is what's going to take you longevity. Be patient, patient. And it's building blocks. So after 2 weeks, it's about reevaluating what's going well, what's not. Okay, the things that aren't going well, what can we tweak so you can see more results? But it's just being honest up front. Like I feel like you're a very honest and blunt person
Yes.
as well. And it's just being honest up front. Like, listen, if you're gonna work with me,
Cut the bullshit out.
we're working
Yep.
and we're in this for a long haul, not for a month or a couple weeks or whatever it is. Like if you want serious results, you need to take this seriously and put serious time into it. And I feel comfortable telling these people that because I've been there.
Yep.
And I get it. And I had to work really hard to be where I'm at. And I think, again, that's why I'm so passionate, because I never thought I could be here. And I'm willing to help anybody that wants to achieve more, if they're willing to commit and stay loyal to themselves.
I love that. I mean, it's, you mentioned a couple of things there. So we grew up in a generation, you and I, where it's all like yo-yo dieting, fad diets, eat this, don't eat that. And I mean, we could go on for days. I'm still helping clients unlearn those bad
I'm
behaviors.
still trying to get girls to not be afraid of eating an apple.
I just got goosebumps.
And I literally go,
can't.
we can't achieve fat loss until we have a healthy relationship with eating a fucking apple. Let's do that first. And again, take away the good night fatties, eat the apple. Good night fatties.
I'm done.
Eat the apple. It's mind fuck thing, but it's literally.
I had a coach tell me I wasn't allowed to eat bananas because bananas were going to make me fat. I can't make this shit up. I'm not
literally telling girls, like, they're like, I ate carbs today. I had a banana. I go, bitch, a banana isn't going to get you to sled pull 500 pounds that I just saw you sled pull. You think that banana is going to my ass? You think I built this ass because I've eaten a banana? It's crazy. That's why I do Mythbusters on my Instagram, because it's just wild.
I literally, like,
but
if
yeah,
we had
you're
another
right.
hour, the myth busters that we could really pull.
We should do that.
I honestly, we're gonna have
I'll
to,
come
because
back.
we're
100%.
gonna have to do that. But one other thing, oh God, what did I just lost my train of thought?
Sorry,
No,
yeah.
you're fine.
About like the yo-yo diets. We live in
the diet culture that we live in is terrible, and helping women in particularly unlearn those bad habits, behaviors, and realize that lifting weights isn't going to make you bulky. I honestly, if there's like 3 things that you take away from this, may this be your third. You're not going to get bulky unless you're eating an enormous surplus. It has taken me years to put on muscle in my upper body.
Same.
Because my body's not shaped that way.
Same.
Lower body, great. Upper body, I was like, we're not doing it. But Theresa, we're going to wrap up. One last thing for you.
We're doing the Lord's work, by the way. Go ahead.
We really are. What is something that you want to leave the listeners with today? Quote, something, anything.
When you choose you, you always win. And I didn't learn that from a very long time. And because of that, and because of figuring out what I'm worthy of, let go of the things that don't match your vibration so you can let in good shit. And don't be afraid to compliment women at the gym. I've made the best connections and the best friendships with other women at the gym. And you know, maybe you'll run into somebody who's a bitch. It is what it is. But I think the majority of us are looking to connect with women. And it's truly fucking powerful when women link arms. So those are my 2 things. Choose you. You always win. And just be kind to each other. Women need women right now. And it's so powerful when women come together. Like, you can achieve so much more.
I love that, Theresa. Will you let our listeners know where they can find you? I'll also link it down below. So Instagram,
Absolutely.
whatever it is.
Yeah. So my Instagram is fuel up period with Theresa. You can find me on Facebook at Theresa.com. Theresa Coughlin. And then my website is nutritionwiththeresa.com. And yeah, feel free to DM me or message me or contact me through the website. I love just connecting with women. So if you got something out of this that you love, like I love hearing people just being like, wow, that really resonated with me. Because again, I never thought I'd be here, and to be able to empower somebody else is just, it means, I always say it means my shitty journey was worth it.
I love that. Theresa, this has been amazing. We're gonna have to do another one because we only got like to like a little bit, but I just want to say thank you so much for being on our podcast, and please like, subscribe, and I'll do all those things. And we're going to wrap up. So thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, morning, afternoon, evening. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.